Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Continuing yet again with the cruise, we stopped at a couple of ports in Italy. So we went to Sicily, Naples and Florence. Starting off with Sicily, I feel like we went to the wrong place. I was so disappointed, I'm not gonna lie. You see pictures of Sicily and it looks grand, it looks really majestic, it looks really traditional. We went to a place called Messamina. Anyway, we got to hop on a bus again, because why not? And we just decided to look around the island and explore different places. There was a bus and there was a train as well. So we got on the train to start off with, but then as we went around the island, we got on the bus. We stopped off at quite a few places. The first place that we stopped off at, there was this really grand church and a cathedral. It just looked stunning and there was a lovely backdrop yet again. But then you turned around and there was like views of the whole of Sicily. But then in front of you were like flats, and these flats just did not look very good. And I was just a bit like, okay, this is a bit strange. And the second stop that we got off at was another church. So it was nice to look around, and I'm glad I went to that area of Sicily. But I don't think I'd go back. I think I've tried a different area in Sicily. And then Naples, I was a little bit nervous getting off the ship. I knew straight away it was because there was a lot of pickpocketers. So you have to be really, really careful about pickpocketers there. We went on a private tour and we ended up going to the Amalfi Coast. But then on the way back, he dropped us off in Naples and we had a couple of hours in Naples. There was loads of shops, there was loads of restaurants, there was loads of bars, cafes, lots of things to do. But then there were other places like historical places, historical buildings, where it was a little bit more quieter, and I feel like it was a really nice place to be. But I just enjoyed looking around. When you go to places like this, you know that maybe you might not go again. So I just wanted to make the most of it whilst we were there. Whilst we was on this private tour, the guy told us about a really iconic pizza place. He said they do traditional pizza, it's the best pizza in Naples, and it's the longest running in Naples. So we were like, why not? We have to go there. It was traditional. It was proper like oldie-worldy, old-fashioned. You went in, it was like cafe style, but they had the traditional stove and you could see them putting the pizzas in the stove. Will got a classic margarita, but I just wanted to be that little bit more bold, that little bit more adventurous and try something new. So I got like this pizza. I didn't really know what it was. I asked a guy for a recommendation and he just pointed to this pizza and it was everything that I knew I liked. So I thought, right, let's try it. And in the UK, it's known as a calzone. And then when you cut into it, there was all this filling with the sauce, and it had peppers, and it had chicken, and it had prosciutto, and all the Italian hams. It was absolutely banging. It was one of the best pizzas I've ever eaten in my entire life. The flavours, the aroma, just everything in my mouth just got giddy. Will was like, I don't think I'd ever have a margarita in the UK again. I would recommend going to a pizza place because if you're gonna go to Italy, you've got to try the pizza. And the other place we went to was Florence. We had 2 days in Florence. I was really excited when we was planning our trip to have 2 days in Florence. I thought we could really make the most of it. We was recommended on the ship when we went to the excursions desk to do the half-a-day excursion to the Leaning Tower of Pisa on the first day and then have the second day as our day to explore Florence. The port in Florence that we docked at was an hour and a half away from the centre of Florence, so it was quite a big journey. So you had to get a shuttle bus, and then the shuttle bus you got a bus. I feel like we were kind of a little bit put off in a sense, but we'd gone with the ladies' recommendation to go to Pisa on the first day, and then we said we'll go to Florence on the second day. In hindsight, maybe we wouldn't have listened, because on the second day we ended up basically staying on the ship, which really annoyed me, because we had to be back at the ship by 4 p.m. So if we was doing an hour and a half there, an hour and a half back, it would have probably been just over 3 hours. So it wasn't really that much time to spend in Florence. I've always wanted to see the Leaning Tower of Pisa. It's been on my bucket list. So Will was like, let's just go. So we got this excursion. I think it was a 3 or 4 hour excursion. We had a little coach tour, then we went on this train, and then we arrived at Pisa. Oh my goodness me, it did not disappoint. I'd seen photos so I knew what to expect, but when you're there and you're looking at it, It is outstanding. And then there's a cathedral on the other side and a couple of other buildings that are surrounding the Leaning Tower of Pisa. We didn't get tickets to go in, and in hindsight maybe I would have liked to have gone in because I think it would have been quite impressive. But just on the outside of it, it was absolutely stunning just to walk around it, take time to take photos. Definitely worth going. And there was a cafe around and there was a couple of shops, so if you wanted to make a proper day of it and go and do the tour, or just go yourselves and obviously do a private transfer and then spend a little bit of time there, you could also do that as well. I was very impressed. I thought it was definitely worth the trip, and we really enjoyed it. In regards to Sicily and Naples, I would probably go back to a different area in Sicily. Probably wouldn't bother about Naples, but it was lovely to go and see it and explore a different kind of tradition. And then I would probably go back to Florence and just explore a bit more of the centre. Now we've done the Leaning Tower of Pisa, probably go back on a second holiday, maybe just like a weekend away or something like that, and just go and see what it's like. That was 3 places we went in Italy, and I will bring this video to an end. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!